Hello, my name is Steph, and today we'll be going over Christmas presents. The only reason I'm covering this is because it's the holiday spirit, and Christmas is up soon, so let's have something festive.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This is EDRIC required. You don't need the serial number, but everything else you do. Well, you need ports, batteries, and indicators. That's OBS. So, we have one battery. We have one indicator. Actually, I think it matters if it's lit or not, so I'm just going to put one lit IND. And we have 3 ports. So, first thing we want to do is we want to identify the presents on the bomb. They are always going to add up to 13. Keep this in mind. Now, the order we want to grab them in is black, pink, brown, gold, and red. And this refers to the majority color or the identifying pattern on the present. So we're just going to count them up. We have 0 blacks, 0 pinks, 1, 2, and they can be any sizes and they can be under other presents, and that will become a bit tricky. It's more tricky when the lights are off. 1, I can't tell right now. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 brown presents. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 gold presents. And 1, 2. 2 red presents. I just want to say this right now, you most likely will not get this present amount so skewed. So, like usually you're going to have at least 1 of each, but this time we just have a lot of brown presents. So, in case you were wondering what the other presents look like, they are here. So we have black, pink, brown, gold, and red. And I'm going to refer to them as their color names and not what the manual says. So like Auntie Marge and Uncle Simon. It makes it a bit easier. So what you want to do is you want to grab this the sum of your black and pink presents, and then you're going to subtract that. And then you're going to get the difference between the brown presents and your newly found sum. So, 0 plus 0 is 0. 7 minus 0 is 7. Now, once you have done that, you add the number of indicators to this. So we have 1 indicator, so this becomes 8. And this will be known as your x value. Your y value is going to be the difference between the gold and red presents, and then plus the number of ports. So 4 minus 2 is 2, and adding the number of ports is 5, so y equals 5. What we do from here is we multiply x times y, so in this case 8 times 5, and then we're going to add the number of batteries. Well, we add the number of batteries, and on top of that, we modulo that by 14, and then add 7. 14 plus 7. So, 8 times 5 is 40. 40 plus 1 is 41. Modulo 14, I believe that's 13. Let's see. So, we have 28, then 42. So, yep, 13. And 13 plus 7 is 20. Now, what do we do with this number? We press this timer when the hours number is equal to the number we just got, so in this case 20.
This was exactly the way, right now, the day was meant to happen.
Yeah. Had I not pressed it at the right time, it would not reset. So keep that in mind. And I guess I'll do another example, and I could set up a sort of equation or a function, whatever.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Alright, so here's our second example. And as you can see, I made some equations. The letters that are capitalized are the values that I put into the equation. So we have one battery, two indicators, and three ports. If I can count correctly. Yeah. And like before, we just want to add up we want to count the amount of presents. So we have one black, zero pink. Oop, that's not a one. Zero pink. One, two brown. Yeah, that's two brown. One, two, three, four, five. Five gold. One, two, three, four. And five red. And this equals up to 13, so I didn't miss anything. Now, something that I forgot to mention in the last example is for y, when you subtract the two, if you have the number 0, that actually equals 1. Well, you turn it to 1. So let's just plug these into the equations. So, for x, we take black and pink and subtract brown, and then the absolute value of it. So 1 minus 2 is, so 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 minus 2 is negative 1, the absolute value is 1, and 1 plus the amount of indicators, which is 2, is 3. So we have x equals 3. Now we have y. So y, we take gold minus red, so 5 minus 5, that is 0, and like I said, 0 equals 1. So we actually have the value of 1. We then add the number of ports, which is 3, so 1 plus 3 is 4, and our y value is 4. Then we plug this into the z equation. We multiply x and y, so 3 times 4 is 12, and then add the number of batteries, so that becomes 13. 13 mod 14 is 13. We add 7, and that becomes 20. So, like before, our answer is 20.
This was exactly the way, right now.
And that is Christmas presents. I hope you learned it. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below, and Happy Christmas. Did I say happy? Oh god, I'm British now.